Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight will after this. It's a cold one out here. I don't know where you are. So anyway, I really hope you're taking good care of yourself and getting out in nature and being kind to yourself and others. And don't forget your loved ones. Plus, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give this video a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget you could leave a message down below, beep, 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 and you could share my videos with your family, your friends, your brothers, your sisters, a cat, a dog. Also, don't forget, like I did, on the notification bell, ding, 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 and you can check my playlist. Plus, you can also follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So today, my brain is going back and forth to two different, very important topics. So I'm going to pick the one that I was thinking about all this time anyway, and I'll do the other one another time. But today it's so important, and yes, Starlight pretty much will talk about anything. Politics, and Starlight really doesn't care about talking about politics, even though I do bring topics up in certain videos. Hang on. So today, Starlight is going to talk to you about porn. Yeah, I said that, porn. Here I'm in the college library, you know, with people outside here. Yeah, what an interesting topic. And this topic is for anybody that's been watching porn or used to watch porn, or maybe you haven't even watched porn yet, you know, maybe you haven't really thought of it, you know, and so everybody starts watching porn, or maybe never has watched porn. You know, if you've never watched porn, you might have, you know, you might have came from a religious background, you might have gone to church, but just because somebody goes to church doesn't mean that they don't watch porn. So, and, you know, people could start watching porn at a very young age, depending on how they were brought up and what kind of parents they have. Or, you know, they could have had brothers or sisters that got them into porn at a very young age, because that happens. Even fathers can get their sons into porn at a very young age, depending on the fathers. So, and females are a totally different story. You know, it's hard to say with each female, like, what got them into watching porn. You know, it could have been that they went out with a guy, you know, that had an addiction to watching porn. You know, that, you know, could be definitely a way where, you know, they could have introduced porn to their girlfriend or even their wife to kind of show them the world as far as porn goes. So no matter how, you know, you got into porn, or maybe you've never watched porn, this video is really, I made other videos on this topic before, and I'm not sure it might have what playlist that would have been, because it wouldn't have been porn, but I might have put it on what you don't know or something like that playlist. So there is other videos that I have made about porn. And so anyway, this topic here is, it's about the dangers of watching way too much porn. You know, what can happen when you are addicted to watching porn? And that could happen to anyone. It could happen to guys or females, that they could get really drawn in to watching and flicking, you know, clicking, you know, different things, you know, especially if you're watching it, you know, on your computer, excuse me. And it's really sad. Long time ago, I did know a guy that's no longer here anymore, but he was like in his 70s, late 70s. And, you know, he let me know, you know, that he was watching porn on his phone. Like I'm like, really? I have a hard time doing anything on a small little screen. So I just was amazed, and in my mind it really traveled on that thing. That whole thought is like, my, how many men and women are watching porn on their phones? And they do say really computers and phones are like the dirtiest things. I wonder why. So so anyway, the dangers of watching porn is Starlight actually didn't read this out of the book. Absolutely not. I actually experienced it myself. Yes, yes, I am a female, and yes, I definitely have watched porn. I actually did it because I wanted to learn about something, and it wasn't that I wanted to learn about people having sex. It's just that I was learning something else into the porn industry, out there. And there's lots of different porn sites. There's chat sites, where you can go on, and actually watch people doing stuff live right when you're watching the screen. Or, other porn is where, you can join on there and watch an old porn flick, that has been on, the internet for a long time. So porn, really, I was really for the longest time wondering, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, and is there really a good or a bad, with it. And I definitely believe, it could really mess things up in your life, really, the negative side. And, yeah, you can learn a lot of stuff on there too, but, if you get pulled in onto porn, it's going to change you. You're not, the way you were before you started watching porn, you're not going to be the same person, if you are a person that has to watch porn every day, and, check out different, porn sites. And when I say that, I mean, like, they have all types of porn. I mean, like, they even have, Starlight found this. It's like, wow, look at that. They got cartoon porn. They got all kinds of crazy ass stuff out there as far as when it comes to porn. So what you really have to be careful, and you might already be there right now. You might be somebody. And for young guys, I mean, because their bodies are totally different than females, they could easily get sucked into that. And there is a big, huge danger into all of this, whether you're a female or a male. And yes, this can happen to females too, about, porn addiction, and no matter how you got introduced to it, maybe you were curious and you just wanted to find out, like what's on there, and so everybody has a different story of, their first time watching porn. What's Starlight's first time? Like, how did Starlight ever, start watching porn? I would actually have to say first, it wasn't porn. I would have to start with magazines, finding magazines by accident. Like, whoops, what is this stuff? I was really young, at a very young age, and a lot of times that does happen with children, is that they might find, like porn magazines in their house by accident. Like, well, I didn't know that was there. And it does bring a lot of curiosity to a child's mind, so I would have to say that's the first time I ever saw anything like that. And, so we all come from different stages in life or backgrounds. And, for porn, how that was really the porn, like watching it. Like first it was seeing lots of, I always called them dirty magazines, so somebody introduced me to all this, and so that's how Starlight actually discovered porn, as watching it. And I really, at first, I have to say, I felt very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. I really didn't feel good about it in the beginning, and now guys are totally different than females, and some guys out there might feel the same way as Starlight did, But really, watching too much porn can really change you as a person. If you are, whether you're single or you are going out with somebody or even married, this can cause so many things to go wrong in your life, whether you're single or going out with somebody, whether you're a boyfriend or girlfriend or a husband or wife. It could really cause up problems, in your relationship. And that's why a lot of men decide, well, I will introduce it to my girlfriend or wife. That way, hoping that she'll get into it too, so then it won't be a problem. So it does cause a lot of problems in relationships, even if the guy got the girl into watching porn. It can cause a lot of jealousy, and with them watching it, and it can cause a lot of problems in the relationship. It also can sometimes men, not all the time, but sometimes men will introduce porn to their girlfriend or wife, to different porn sites, hoping that maybe he can entice her to, want to do certain things on the porn site. And, that could be all kinds of funky stuff out there, what he would, want her to get into. Sometimes men might get into watching, like, where there's, three people, threesomes, where there might be two women and one man, where he might be trying to, like, get his girlfriend or wife to kind of get into that. And sometimes men actually has a female that could be bisexual, so this is a tool to use to try to get her to, to be open to having a threesome, with another chick, and, the guy, so it could really ruin relationships. Now, there are people out there, it's never been Starlight's thing. Somebody a long time ago, they thought Starlight was into this, and I'm like, no, no, Starlight is not into that. I'm not a person that wants to share. Absolutely not. So Starlight, I will share my food with you, anything, clothes, you got, I just gave a homeless guy, a pair of warm socks, gave him some hand warmers. I will share in that way. But, whoever I get involved with, absolutely not. Starlight is definitely selfish. I am very selfish in that. No, that does not work for Starlight. But the other thing that it can do, it can create in guys and girls, is it can change them. And it all does depend on whether they're having sex or not. So if they're not having sex, and then they're feeding themselves by watching porn all the time, and, where they might not think they're able to get the girl, or maybe they haven't been able to get a girlfriend, or even with girls trying to get a boyfriend or trying to have a relationship, where watching too much porn can really create more of a problem than really what it's worth. And I will have to say, it could get you to go on dating sites and dating apps and stuff like that, like where you might be, like, because after you watch so much porn, and whether you get off or not, is that it's really not taking care of really what you really want. You want to have that sexual feeling and with your own body, with that person, to get connected with other people. So, and that's what porn does. It actually pulls you. You might have thought, hey, like Starlight did, is, hey, I'll watch porn because right now I'm not ready for a relationship. So that's what Starlight did, is I watched a lot of porn to kind of fulfill myself in that way, where I wasn't ready, to go out dating, or I wasn't interested in men at that time, because I needed time to heal from getting out of a church cult and out of a abusive relationship. So when I got free from that church, And, I didn't like run to porn right away. It took years, it was like 3 years later, and then, Starlight decided, wow, it's been 3 years. I haven't had any sex. And I wasn't ready to go out and, to be bothered by men, or to have sex with a man. So, but as I noticed through time, really, it did really change me in a way that it really had a really negative effect on me personally. So it can really get you want to go out and get certain things because that addiction to porn is so strong and so powerful that it can change you as who you are. Like here I came from church, and later on here, watching porn. And then, like I said, after a while it gets kind of boring because you really want the real deal. You want it here, want it now kind of thing. So it can create such a problem with who you are, and it could definitely get you to be a risk taker in a really bad way. It could, men and women, it could cause you to want to go out, and try to find a human being out there, like a man or a female, depending on what sex you are. And it could get you to really also to even like for men and women, it could cause you to, Starlight did not do this, but it could cause you to, I woke up early. But it could cause you to want to go to bars and, to try to get women or men, in that way, and not to even want them for a relationship only after sex. So it really can have a way of changing you. It could get you to actually get you to have risky behavior where you're not even thinking about your safety. You're into you escaped reality big time, when you're too addicted to porn, where, you're not connected to reality anymore. And it can change you definitely, where, you start wanting those things that you were watching, and it could definitely put anybody in a risky situation, females more than males. But this is why it's so important that, if you do have, like porn addiction, you really want to break that, because it's going to get you to not to be responsible. It's going to get you where you're not really caring about your safety wise, and so that definitely happened to Starlight, where I was putting myself in really, really risky situations, because they do, I don't know that if they have it, if it's, in the United States still, but they did have Craigslist. And Craigslist is like a really, really bad app that they have like on the internet, for personals. If you're searching for something, they got some crazy stuff out there, like for personals, they had where a guy was trying to find a female and he wanted to actually drink her blood, that was the strangest thing. Starlight did put like her own post on, Craigslist, and it really got me to be a different person. I was changing in such a way that I didn't even realize how quick I was changing and who I was becoming. And, I was not really loving myself in those days. I wasn't even thinking about safety in those days, because watching too much porn does that to you. It can actually mess you up and trip you up, where you're not even thinking about your safety. And those people that watch porn, they are, a lot of them really sold their souls, to do what they're doing, especially the ones that are getting paid, like in Hollywood or California or whatever, where they did sell their souls. And a lot of these people are not happy. There's a lot of people that want to end their lives. There are people that, have done porn maybe only a week or a month, actually a month, and you know what? It destroyed their life. So, you got to be careful of like being addicted to that, because you're going to find yourself out there just trying to jump into anything and everything that, tickles your fancy or whatever. So you really have to be mindful of like, like if you do watch it, you don't have to watch it every day or 3 times a day or 5 times a day, because then it's controlling you and it can change you. There's a lot of people that end up being porn stars because they got addicted to it. I met a guy a while back that, he was an Asian man, and he wanted to meet me later, but he was only going to be in town for that night. It wasn't going to work. I was busy. I had a lot going on. I met him at a library, and then out of the blue, he's like, "Yeah, I'm really thinking about being a porn star." And I'm like, "Ah." So, because he's been watching a lot of porn, and that's one of the questions he asked me is, how do you, like, stop having that addiction? It really does. It has a way. It's just as bad as a carton of cigarettes. They got the warning label, but I don't know if they have any warning label before you watch porn, what it can do. Do they have, like, this can be addictive and this can do this and that to you, psychologically or emotionally or, sexually? So you really got to be careful of, if you are watching it, don't let it control you. And, because it could take you down a road, that you might not even survive through, because it could get you to be risky and not even care about your safety. So anyway, I really hope you get a lot of help from this video, and because there's a lot of people out there that are into porn. That's why porn is the way it is. I mean, because a lot of people do get into it. So anyway, I love you. I hope you really get a lot of help. You could give this video a thumbs up. Plus, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. Plus, you can also share this video. Hey, if you know somebody out there that is having a porn addiction, or you know somebody that really is into porn, you could really help them out by sending this video, and, because it could bring them in a really negative way, like, and get them into, like, really dangerous situations out there, because there's all kinds of crazy shit on porn sites, and it could send them into a place that they may never come back out of. So I love you so much. But yeah, share these videos with your family, your friends. Like a parrot and a raccoon. Plus, you can also ring the notification bell, ding, 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 and also check out my playlist. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you all, and really, and everything in moderation, right? So anyway, I love you all. This is Starlight. Namaste. Starlight, love, light, and peace.